Oh, welcome to the show, all you Wave On fans, paddleboard lovers. If this is your first time tuning in, hit subscribe. We have more episodes coming down the pipeline, but we've had an array of guests in the past. We're on episode 54, and I like to keep it inspirational, fun, outdoor enthusiasts, nature lovers, environmentalists. We've had an array of podcast guests, some paddleboarders, yes, but today I have a special guest from the neighborhood, both in Sylvan Lake. I'm Misty, by the way, your host, and Carly is my special guest who I have partnered with in events in the past. A lot of them have been different. We've kind of evolved it a little over time, and it's funny because this is the 5th season for Luna Moon Sup, and I partnered with her right away. And all I know is I had these fleet of boards, and I never had done a big event myself, partnering with somebody else, and I just remember trying to make this first impression, and I was a little nervous. I'm gonna be honest. That was 5 years ago though, so I vaguely remember it. I'm sure Carly probably doesn't remember it at all, but I just wanted to make this lasting impression and start growing my brand right away. So anyway, the season this year, we talk about 3 solid events that we created last year and are bringing it back again to the lake this year. And I can't help but think about the fact of de-stressing from being out in nature and physical activity. And with her and I, we collaborate and have a little bit of land portion of class, and then that paddle out on the lake. So this year it's going to be in the evening. You'll see an awesome sunset here in Sylvan. And honestly, I've been going through some of my outside magazines, and I came across that Nature's RX article, and just recently had read another article about paddleboarding and a mental relief that it has. Now, I know that's something else that we've talked about on the podcast in the past as well, but it seems to keep coming up and resonating. I know that's exactly how I got started with paddleboarding, is I felt leaving work, having something to look forward to and getting out on the lake. But we're trying to introduce it to people that may not get this lake activity like we do. And let's be frank, Michigan summers are super short. Try to squeeze out as much out of it as possible. But there's nothing like doing a little physical activity on a paddleboard, the calming water, maybe some blue sky, that sunset, green scenery, a little bit of wildlife, and especially within a group of women, to empower one another. And honestly, between her and I, we provide as much support as possible to let you feel empowered, so you leave feeling that you've gained something out of it. And I mean, the message really behind this episode is for women to take time to de-stress in life. Allow yourself to try something new, to trust. The article that I was reading even about paddleboarding is, you de-stressing, but giving yourself a healthy stress of something new, a challenge. So just allowing yourself to take on those challenges and leaving your phone back at home, your cares, your worries, and just literally let them float away. So the website is lunamoonsupyoga.com. That's where you're going to find all the information, all the schedule that is building right now and building fast. Dates are getting put out there, information as well between Facebook and Instagram. Gift cards. That would be an awesome gift for the favorite lady in your life, whether it's a friend, a fur baby mama, you never know. Okay, so I'm going to put that out there because you can use it for retail or classes. And what an awesome way to gift to somebody who might need a little bit of de-stressing in their life. So I throw that out there. And we had an event, this past event in Sylvan this past weekend, and it went awesome. It went great. And I want to thank volunteers, Sylvan, and just everybody that participated and showed their support in some shape or fashion. We were able to sandwich 2 events within the event, one being a shore cleanup with Meg at Great Lakes Great Responsibility, and just walking along the canal and water line to pick up whatever litter we found, it was like ended up being 393 pieces. And honestly, that just contributed to her number for 1 million trash pickup pieces for Great Lakes. And we're a inland watershed for Great Lakes. So we count, even though we're a small lake. And I started contributing to that last summer and continue to do the same thing again this year. Our first lake cleanup is June 18th at noon here on Sylvan Lake. It's a Saturday. We also have a demo day, which we were able to do some water safety basics. So we continue to keep doing that with a demo day just to educate on all paddlers, kayaks, paddleboards, maybe demo a paddleboard. That'll be June 11th at 11 a.m. So like I said, information will be on the website. Stay tuned. And let's jump into this episode. It's 54 with Carly. Let's dive in.
When I went to Michigan State for my undergrad, I decided to major in exercise science.
Oh, nice.
Even though both my parents are entrepreneurs, and they were like, that is not a very functional degree. Why don't you get a business degree instead? And I was like, I just am fascinated with the way that the human body moves and kinesiology and just proper alignment of the body. And so majoring in kinesiology and exercise science, I didn't really know what to do. As far as like a practical career with movement.
And then it was kind of nice because, even how we were summers before 2020, we had did them like maybe we only had time like once a summer. Mm-hmm. And then we embraced like, hey, we can do this like once a month. Let's just figure out our schedules. And then we came up with this really cool event and then this nice name that was kind of catchy. And people like loved it. They gravitated toward it and we had fun creating it. And I love that. I mean, that's so cool to, collaborate with another instructor, and it doesn't have to be yoga, and it's really cool. So, I mean, I'm very appreciative of you just and all the aspects of, right, being a water lover and like in the neighborhood. It's so cool.
Yeah, and that's mutual. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
It's such a unique experience that we're able to offer with these events, coming together and bringing our two communities and our two followings together and being able to give people a 2.5 or 3 hour experience on the lake, even if they live locally but they don't have lake access. Michigan in the summer and being able to be by the water and have that experience, especially last year, it was so rewarding